So in today's Card Academy lesson, I'm going to show you guys control based on something that I've seen done by Bill Malone. Done by Bill Malone, one of my favorite magicians, straight out of Chicago, one of the students of Ed Marlowe. And here is something that I've seen him do in videos. Now, I've seen him do this as a convincer. What I mean by that is after he's already controlled a card, in this case, let's say he gets the five of spades and controls that card, what I've seen him do is get that card to a position where you could take some cards from the bottom, take some cards from the top, and still have control over that five of spades. But here, I'm going to implement it as a control. So I'm going to combine it with a riffle shuffle control and do it as more of an actual control rather than a convincer of you apparently haphazardly mixing up the cards. So what that looks like is very, very easy. All we're doing is, for example, we have the King of Hearts. And we're just going to mix that king up into the deck, take some cards from the bottom, put it in the middle, take some cards from the top, put it in the middle. If we want, we could shuffle the deck again. And of course, even after haphazardly doing all that, the King of Hearts is control to the top. So this is what I'm appropriately titling the BM control, even though it's just a little bit of a hot take on the riffle shuffle control from a previous lesson. But it's very, very easy to do and looks very, very convincing. So all you need to do for this, get a card in the middle. Let's say it's the Eight of Hearts. You're going to secure a break right there above the card. So that's the first step. The next step is you're going to lift up at this break at the same time that I'm going to use this hand. So I'm going to turn this hand over and use this hand to flip over this half to prepare myself for a riffle shuffle. Now here usually is where you would control a card to the top. Now I don't like doing that. I like just controlling the card directly to the top. But again, if you want to control an extra card on top and burn that card, that's up to you. I'll show you a different handling for this in a bit. So one more time, lifting up at the break, turning the hand over, and just revolving the cards to get to this riffle shuffle position. People would like to riffle shuffle to this exact location if you want to do it that way, but I find this way just leaves with easier packets. So it's a lot easier to do in this particular method. So once you're in this position, remember the card that's to be controlled is going to be in this packet. So we'll do that one more time. Right here, the Eight of Diamonds. We're going to get that card here. So remember, the Eight of Diamonds is on the top of this packet right over here. So you're going to riffle shuffle the cards, ensuring that the Eight of Diamonds lands last. So we're just going to do that by just making sure that the cards in the left hand end up being the last one. It doesn't matter if it's a single card or a packet of cards. All that matters is that the Eight of Diamonds stays on top. So you see there we have an actual packet of cards on top. So now at this point, we're just going to grab the bottom card. So we're going to hold the cards in Mechanics grip. We're going to grab the bottom card and put it in the middle of the deck. We're going to grab another bottom card, put it in the middle of the deck. At this point, we're going to grab the actual card, which is the Eight of Diamonds, put that in the middle of the deck. But as we do, we're going to push down on it. So as we actually place this card in the middle, we're going to push down on it, which is actually going to separate it. You notice that it causes a little bit of a lift. It causes the top packet to lift above the other one. So we're going to pull down and we're going to use that opportunity to get a break right there above the actual card itself. At this point, I'm going to grab another card and stick it anywhere above the break. So I'm just going to grab another card and stick it anywhere above the break. The point here is that we're trying to make it look like it's haphazard and there isn't any sort of control whatsoever. Now at this point, we're going to repeat the actions from before. We're going to lift up. We're going to bring this packet as the same place as before. We're going to procure and make sure that the Eight of Diamonds stays on top. And that is what's successfully going to conclude this control. Now, what I like about this and what separates this from the other one is, again, that haphazard feeling. We're doing a little bit of that Leonard Green style where the cards are apparently out of our control because of some chaotic display when really the cards are in our complete control the entire time. So at speed, it just looks like you're taking a deck, you're mixing it up haphazardly. We're taking cards from the bottom, we're putting it in the middle, we're taking cards from the middle, we're putting it also in the top. It doesn't matter as long as the cards are getting mixed and shuffled thoroughly. Of course, in that action, we control the card to the top. So it doesn't really matter. Here, we're just playing on this burning idea to actually shuffle the cards. Now, if you want, you could directly go to the control from the actual burning part itself. So at this point, remember, the Four Diamonds is in the middle of the deck. We've procured a break. We've controlled it to the top with the riffle shuffle method. We've burned one card from the bottom. If we want, we could just take this card, which is a Four of Diamonds, place it in the middle, get that break, and directly get into the shuffle itself. So at this point, all I'm doing is I'm just taking that 4 of diamonds, of course not showing it. I'm going to put it in the middle, get my break, but immediately lift up on the upper packet. So all these cards are the cards that are above that original card here, and it just looks like I'm mixing the cards up even more. So at speed, it just looks like this. And that card is, of course, still on top. So it's a nice little bit of a control. Again, it just makes it look like the cards are being shuffled in a haphazard fashion. And it just adds more to this idea that you really have no control over the cards whatsoever. So that's what I'm calling the BM control. BM, of course, standing for Bill Malone. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's a very, very simple and easy control to do. And even the riffle shuffle control is something that I don't see enough magicians doing when controlling cards. It's easier than a pass, and it's definitely a lot more convincing in the sense that you are actually doing a shuffle that the spectators have established as being a way of mixing up the cards generally. So that's a BM control. Thank you guys for being members of the Pigcake Card Academy, and I hope to see you on the next one.